Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Babble. Today I want to review Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. This is the first book in the Falling Kingdoms series, funnily enough, and I loved it. In the book we follow the stories of four main characters: Cleona Bellos, also known as Cleo, who is the Auranian princess; Jonas Agalon, who's from Palesea. He is the son of a wine cellar, but something happens in his life that causes him to become more of a rebel leader-ish. You'll see. Just read it and you'll see. But yes, he is the son of a wine cellar and his story begins. Then we have Magnus de Mora, who is the Prince of Limeros, which is the Northern Kingdom. So there's Limeros, which is the Northern Kingdom, Palesea, which is the middle, and then Oranus. That's how I would say it. Don't know if I'm wrong. But Oranus, which is the Southern Kingdom, which is the one that Princess Cleo is in. And then lastly we follow the story of Alexius, who is a Watcher. The Watchers are no longer on Earth, I believe, if I'm remembering this correctly, but Alexius still is able to go into his hawk form and watch over everything that is going on in the story, which is exciting. He has a purpose as to why he's doing this, but I will let you read that and find out. Basically, this book is just, it's a really good book to read if you love fantasy. And if you like Game of Thrones, it says it's on it. It says if you like Game of Thrones, it's perfect for you. And that is so true, because in this book I feel like it's one of those where no one's safe. So don't get attached to everyone, because anything could happen. Personally, I really like that in a book. I hate it when my favourite characters die and things like that, but I like to feel that the story's unpredictable and I don't know where it's going to go, so I have to read to find out. So this one was a really good one for me. It's really fast paced, and although loads happens, like it's completely action packed, it's very clearly an introduction to the series. Like it's you can tell it's the first book in the series because it's just setting the scene. Yeah, so much happens. And the other thing I really like about it is, because you're following four different characters, I love seeing how their lives intertwine. Because without Cleo's story, we wouldn't be following Jonas's story. I'm not going to say anything, but it's just, he wouldn't be a main character in this unless Cleo's story existed. And then it's the same, like all their journeys change because of the other characters, and I just love watching that. And it's like when you watch those films that you follow more than one character's story, and even if two characters just know each other because they work together, like you know all their stories are going to intertwine at some point. Like Love Actually, every character knows each other somehow, they're all connected, and it's like this, but obviously the decisions they make and the journeys that they go on, it's all gonna change everyone else's story, and it's so good. So this is the first one, and I am definitely going to be reading the others. I just know this is going to become one of my favourite series, which is really exciting, and I love when you've read the first book and you know that already. So yes, really like this, definitely recommend. I recommended it to my dad and he read it in a day. He's a ridiculously fast reader, so, but even so I was like whoa. But that does show that it is an easy read. I feel hesitant to say that because it is fantasy and the world is massive, like it's really, really good for world building, but it is an easy read. It's not too heavy, basically. It's good. It's just good. Only thing I'd say is my cover is already fraying. This could be because I lent it to my father. Oh yes, also somewhere in this book, this is why I don't lend my books to people. But lent this to my dad and heard a rip and looked up and he had just ripped one of the pages. I'll see if I can find it. Okay, granted it's not much, but how do you do that? Be careful who you lend your books to. Which incidentally, I've just written a blog post kind of similar to this. I wasn't going to self-promote my blog on this, but it's naturally come. I just wrote a blog post saying that I would never lend books to my younger self or my past self, because the way I look at my books now is completely different. When I was younger, I just read the books. I didn't really care what state they were in. I would do the thing, I mean this is what I feel like books you can do it, but you know when you bend it right back and just hold it with hand, I did that all the time. And now I would not. So if you want to check out my blog, I will link it down below. But yes, I don't want to give too much away. I'm sorry if this is a really short video. I haven't done a book review. I think I've only ever done a couple on my channel, but I do want to do more, especially as I'm writing the reviews on my blog now. I don't know how much you should say and how much you shouldn't. I'm always very conscious to not give spoilers because personally I'm someone that thinks any sort of information is a spoiler. I don't even watch the end of trailers for films because they always give something away. So this will be a very short video, I'm assuming, but I hope it makes you want to read this book because honestly it's so good. And the more reviews I do, the better I will get at this. So yes, but that is going to be it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you buy this book and read it and love it like I did. I will see you guys next time. Also, just look. It's a floppy book. It's a nice reading one. I mean, come on.